Hello, welcome to my craft room. This is for the August challenge over at Crafty Hands. Okay, now the challenge this month is patchwork or quilted, which was an idea I really rather struggled with until I started messing around. And I really like how this has turned out. I'm not certain that the camera's actually picking this up very well, so I'll try and get some better shots of it later on. Now originally I was just going to sort of point the camera at it and then just give a rough description of how I'd done it, but I don't really think that does this any justice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do you a quick walkthrough on how I achieved this very dimensional quilted effect, like that there. Okay, so what you need is you need some wax paper. Okay, now I have got this beautiful poppy stamp which is one by Crafty Hands. Okay, now normally they come completely clear, but I've actually inked this up with stays on so that you can see the detail of the stamp, so it's really rather pretty. So there's that bit. The one thing that most of us seem to have in our craft rooms nowadays, which it says dropping it on the floor, let's get the rubbish off it, is paper clay. Okay, so this is a paper clay plaque that I have stamped with the poppy stamp. Okay, and over the top I've then gone with the Pebeo gilding wax. I've chosen silver for a wedding anniversary card, and because I applied it with a brush, you want some terps. Okay, just so you can get it off your brush, because going in sometimes with your finger and stuff like that can be a bit heavy, so I prefer to use a brush. And as you can see, this brush is sort of seen better days really, so it's good for gilding. Gives me a nice light touch with it. So let's get on with the demonstration for you. Alright, so firstly what we want to do is make sure that the paper clay is nice and soft and malleable. Okay, and we're just going to squidge it down onto this piece of wax paper, and I'm using an old this is out the centre of a set of sandwich bags, and as I'm doing it on the back, I'm not bothered about little ridges appearing in it. I'm not going downstairs to get one of my proper rolling pins. I'm not going to contaminate one of my proper rolling pins with paper clay. Okay, so there we go. So as we've done it on the wax paper, we can then peel off nice and easy, because it doesn't stick to this. If you tried to do it on your glass mat, it would stick all over it, okay, because you've rolled it in and all sorts of stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on one edge of this wax paper, and then I'm going to fold this other piece over the top. And you do want to have something over the top of your paper clay to do this, okay, because the first time I tried this I ended up with paper clay all in the centre of this blooming stamp and it was awful. So this is the way my stamp goes, so all I'm going to do is just place it on and squeeze in. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this up, and yeah, you can see that the impression of the stamp has started to go in now. So you just go along, you just stamp it nice and hard into your paper clay, trying to sort of fill up all the gaps. There, okay. And just do one more there. Okay, now I'm going to take this off and lift it up, and you can see the poppy in there. Okay, now one thing that you can do with this to speed the drying process up is you can use a heat gun, one of those that doesn't create a lot of blow but a lot of heat. Just keep turning it and it will help to dry this off for you. Okay, so really that's all it is, just keep turning this. Then when it's dry, cut it down to the right shape, and then using your gilding wax, what I did was I dipped the brush itself in here and then wiped it off in the lid before going very, this is clean so it's but it's still damp so it won't work very well, but you just keep the brush upright and just drag it over the surface very gently, and that will give you enough gilding wax. Excuse me. Sorry about that, coughing attack. Right, so all you do is keep your brush very upright and just go lightly over the top with your brush. And then to clean it, this is actually terps based, this gilding wax, the Pebeo, okay, which is why it smells that funny smell and becomes quite hard to remove afterwards, because it's actually paint based. Okay, so the turpentine in there evaporates. So in order to clean your brush, a bit of terps, and this is my little pot that does everything, like my paint pen disasters and things like that. All that sort of stuff gets done in there, and Flour Soft for that as well. Excuse me. Okay, I apologise again. So once you've put your silver on it, all it takes then is to cut it into a nice square or rectangle, or you could cut it into a heart, you know, whatever shape that you want. But it does give this beautiful quilted effect, which is the theme of the challenge for August. So all I did was I then matted it onto a piece of this grey marble card, which is a bit shiny but it's not mirry. Okay. Some nice, very glittery silver ribbon. The happy anniversary has actually come from one of the Crafty Hands book cards. This is one of the extra sentiments from one of the sheets, and it's because I like purple and silver together, so this just adds that little dash of purple into it. Just matted and layered again onto some silver and some silver pearls to finish, and that's it, and that is my card. And I actually really do like this technique, and it's one that I will be using an awful lot. I can see all sorts of possibilities for this one. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you'll give it a go and let me know. Alright, thank you, bye.